Welcome back, streamers. You are listening to The Bloodstream, and I am your host, Jason Gray, your guide to the weird and the feared. You're listening to the show where I basically find something that catches my eye on some random streaming service, which is usually Tubi, to be honest. But this week, I wanted to highlight a new streaming service called Found TV. They specialize in found footage movies, duh, which are definitely a staple here on The Bloodstream. They've got pretty much just the usual suspects right now, and nothing terribly exclusive that leapt out and caught my attention. So it's basically just another Tubi with a found footage theme. But it is kind of nice to have all things found footage in one single location, so if I'm in a found footage mood, I can go find something and not have to dig through piles of other movies and look for the right category, if they even have a category labeled found footage. Which led me to find the movie we're going to talk about today, called Ouija Clown. Now, I don't remember if I ever mentioned on the show before, but one of the reasons the Bloodstream got started was because of the original 4 Ouija experiment movies. I covered them for my website, Triskaidekaphiles, which is where this is hosted, and it got me thinking, talking about these movies that are largely only available through streaming would make a fun podcast. In fact, I have long wanted to cover them on the actual show that they inspired me to create. And if you're sitting there going, wait, 4 Ouija experiment movies? Yes, 4. Look, it's complicated. And this is really not the episode where I want to talk about that particular rabbit hole. This is the episode for Ouija Clown. With that, let me just get to the synopsis. On Halloween night, 2 young girls decide to film a Ouija board session. Little do they know, their innocent game unleashes an evil spirit. Soon, things take a terrifying turn as they become trapped in a nightmarish game of survival. Yeah, so as you heard from that, Ouija Clown is set on Halloween, which, after I watched the movie the first time, is one of the reasons I wanted to get some content out this, just to make sure to include this while it was fresh in my mind. Now, sure, you might be thinking, the most sensible thing to do would be to make this the episode I release on Halloween. But trust me, I've got something special in mind. And this way, if things happen to slip for a day or 2 or a month or 6 months, there is still a Halloween movie that I have discussed this month that comes out around the actual date of Halloween. With all that preamble out of the way, let me just play the trailer, and then I'll get into talking about the movie.
Happy Halloween! Love y'all! Mwah! Mwah! Mackenzie! 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 I'll go viral, Taylor.
The movie opens up with a bit of text explaining that on November 1st, 2 girls are reported missing, and the man was found dead from multiple stab wounds. And since now we know how everything ends, we're free to check out! No, I guess I should actually cover the movie. A cell phone belonging to one of the girls was discovered, and that's where all the footage we're about to watch comes from. Oh, this is gonna be painful, isn't it? And before we get to that footage, we get one last warning that what you're about to watch may be very disturbing to some viewers. I'm gonna give you a little spoiler right now, but it's really not. It at least cuts from that to a brief scene from later in the story of the 2 girls running through the forest, and we catch a glimpse of the titular clown chasing them through the branches. And then we cut back to earlier in the evening with young Mackenzie showing off her new makeup and makeup skills to her online channel. She is playing up the part of being the typical vain, superficial, looks-obsessed teenager, and she's doing it very well, to the point that I am cringing at the behavior. She then turns to her silent friend Taylor, who's been sitting on her bed this whole time, who has just kind of been doing her own thing while Mackenzie does what she's doing to get likes and views and hearts and whatever. Then we jump to an even earlier bit in the movie, because who needs linear storytelling, in our very first clip.
Oh my god, hi guys, it's Halloween night! And I'm here with my bestie Taylor. Say hi, Taylor.
Hi.
So we were just gonna just chill and relax, And I was like gonna do my makeup and oh my god, I totally forgot. Taylor, look. Here, take one.
They're so cute.
I know, right? Like, they're adorable. So I was just gonna do a little bit of makeup. Not really much because like,
Happy Halloween, by the way.
yeah, happy Halloween.
I'm just gonna use this juicy bomb because I don't know.
I think I'm just gonna use a little bit of this, lip gloss. It's really, really good.
Girl, it looks so good.
I know. Like, what are you guys doing on Halloween night? Like, should we go live or something? I don't know.
I mean, it's like more fun to do like a YouTube video because like.
Yeah, that's true though. Like, what
Look,
do you want
it's
to
so
do?
like glossy.
Like, what do you want to do?
I don't know. I want to watch a horror movie so bad.
No, but
Instead of doing a YouTube video, we could watch a horror movie.
no, but you know that I can watch a horror movie.
Well, we should have gone to my house, then we could.
Yeah, like you're right, but my dad is going for night shift soon, so we're gonna get.
We're gonna be all alone?
I know.
That's so creepy.
I know
Oh
it's
my
kind of
God.
creepy though, but
Well, it's kind of fun. Like, I don't know,
Let's-
like, we can do
should
whatever
we like
want.
watch a movie? I like a horror movie.
Yeah, depends on which one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really scary if we're alone.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh, what in the name of the Phoenix have I gotten us into? Yeah, listening to this, the entire movie is like this. There's an hour of it. But they make their plans to try and watch something, and then they put me through what just might be the most annoying thing I have seen in a movie in a very long time. And if you're a longtime listener of this show, then you've heard me complain about some other contenders for this award. Taylor starts spinning the camera around and around as fast as they can, so you get all that lovely motion sickness blurring, plus the sound of whatever's connected to the camera clattering around. Holy potatoes! And fair warning, if you go to watch this movie, be prepared for more of this sort of stuff. Mackenzie's dad appears, albeit off camera, so the word appears is being used very loosely here by me, to tell them that he's heading out to do some stuff, and don't stay up too late. And Mackenzie is doing the typical teenager, "You're embarrassing me," kind of thing. But at least the stage is now set for the rest of the movie. So of course we spend the next few minutes while the girls chit-chat. Finally though, they do try to pick out something to watch in the next clip.
Okay, so I think we should watch something, Taylor. It's like Halloween. Come on.
But I'm not watching Halloween makeup tutorials, okay?
Yeah, sure.
Scary Spirit Board. Top 10 Scary Spirit Board videos. Let's watch it.
No?
Okay. What about 3 disturbing true spirit board experiences?
Mm-mm.
Why?
No, I don't want to.
Are you scared?
No. Just continue.
Okay. How about spirit board gone wrong? Or top 5 scary spirit board gone wrong videos?
No. Why?
Because it's fun.
No.
Yeah, it is. Okay, how about spirit board? First time with this. Okay. Let's watch this one. This one doesn't look that scary. Come on, Mackenzie.
Fine, just start it.
Taylor eventually gets Mackenzie on board to at least watch a spirit board video, which we also get to sit down and watch. Mac mentions that her sister has a spirit board, and Taylor wants to play with it. Since it's Halloween, it's something spooky they can do. And like me, she wants something to actually happen in this movie. But first they watch another video of a guy setting up the ins and outs of the rules, which, Quite frankly, most of us are familiar with at this point, but it's fairly entertaining, so I made it a clip.
It's Tony, your own personal paranormal, supernatural, ghost hunt, demon investigator. We all know why you're here. You're here because you believe in ghosts, demons, Bigfoot, paranormal, all kinds of crazy stuff. You might even believe in supernatural entities. Now, contacting the other side should never be taken lightly. Let's say you're about to use a spirit board. Use caution. Spirit boards should never, ever be taken lightly. Now, what a spirit board does is it connects you to the other side. It allows you to talk to the dead, the deceased. But it can also put you in touch with something dark, something sinister. Okay, there's a few simple rules you got to follow if you're using a spirit board. The rules are very important. Always say goodbye to finish your ceremony. If you don't say goodbye, it's like laying down your phone and not hanging up. Whoever's on the other side is still on the line. And it could be a demon still on the line. A demon is still on the line. And the next thing is never, ever ask a spirit to reveal itself. Never ask it to make a sound. Never ask it to show itself. Never ask it to knock over a lamp or turn on a light. You might as well be asking it to come home with you, and it could be an evil spirit. It could be something bad. So you remember those two things and do those two things. Like Tony says, demons will wait for people who are not ready to connect unknowingly to the other side. Demons, evil entities, evil spirits. Demons connect to the other. You got to be careful. And don't be afraid, because Tony's here. And tune in next time, and Tony will have more advice.
So now we know the rules which the girls are sure to break within the next 5 minutes. Actually, surprisingly, they don't break the rules as much as you might think, and as much as they do in every other movie that sets up the rules of the Ouija board. But finally, after all this, we get to the actual spirit board being brought out, and it might have been the longest 20 minutes of my life just to get to this point. Before really getting into it though, the girls reveal their biggest fears for some reason. I might have missed it in one of those clips. Starting with Mackenzie, who says that she's afraid of spiders, and then Taylor reveals that she has a huge fear of clowns. Oh boy, you're in the wrong movie. They quickly contact something, thankfully. Their flashlights go out, and then they spend a good long time panning the camera all around the room, making me seasick again, and they're panting, trying to catch their breath from all the fear they're experiencing. And like the teenage dialogue and the spinning of the camera, get used to these kids trying to catch their breath for the entire rest of the movie. We finally, but very briefly, get to see a clown in the room with them before he just as quickly disappears. He pops up another time or two to keep the girls afraid, and Taylor finally remembers they never said goodbye, which is really the only rule they break during the entire course of the movie. Granted, it's a pretty big one, but with that realization, they decide they have to finish the game and get things wrapped up. As they try to say goodbye, they ask the entity what it wants from them, and it spells out, "Play with me." And the clown appears a bit more. They think they hear him under the bed, go to check, and surprise, he's actually under the bed. And since he has appeared under the bed, we now spend a whole lot of time just sitting on the bed, screaming in fright, as the clown continues to scare them, mostly just by being there. They try the spirit board again and ask the entity where he is, and the board spells out mirror. They don't see him in the bedroom mirror, so go looking for him for some reason, but it is at least some sort of motivation to get us out of the bedroom, and they find him in the bathroom mirror. More screaming and spinning the camera ensues. The girls rush back to the bed and hide under the covers. The clown spooks them some more. They get back out of the bed. The girls hide under the covers. The clown spooks them some more. The girls get out of the bed. The clown spooks them some more. Wash, rinse, repeat for what feels like, 10 minutes at this point. My God, I think this is the most do-nothing movie I've seen since Factory of Paranormal. Finally, the movie pauses all the scaring just to give the girls a chance to catch their breath, and they try to decide what to do in the next clip.
Okay guys, you all saw that, right? We have it all on camera.
Yeah, but our phones aren't working.
Maybe we can go to the neighbors.
We're in the middle of nowhere. Where's the nearest neighbor?
I'm not sure, maybe like a 15-minute walk through the woods.
Through the woods? You want to go on a 15-minute walk through the woods in the dark? Mackenzie, you're crazy.
Let's just do it, Taylor. We keep filming. Just imagine the views we'll get for this. This is gonna be amazing. We'll go viral.
Mackenzie sure is a child of the internet age, huh? At this point, the movie really becomes little more than running and panting through the woods, with the occasional clown-related jump scares, with a whole lot of shots of darkness. And there's still 30 minutes left. Eventually, Mackenzie gets too scared and runs straight out of the movie, leaving Taylor to be the sole person running around panting trying to catch her breath. But she mixes it up a little by at least having Mackenzie's name to shout into the black void. It doesn't take Taylor long to find Mackenzie sitting in the dirt, more or less in a state of shock. Who can blame her? And they agree they need to run all the way back the way they came. And I swear, if someone in this movie says, well, I believe in the paranormal, well, I don't, I am going to murder someone. At least there's a point to running back to the house, now that their attempt to run off and try and find some help has failed miserably, because they still feel that they need to go back to the house, finish the session, and say goodbye on the spirit board. And I actually agree. That probably is their best course of action. They finally get back to Mackenzie's room, barricade the door, and try to talk themselves down a bit. Because, hey, they haven't seen the clown in a while. Maybe he's gone, maybe this is all over with. But nope, that soon turns to, wait, what if he's in the closet? And I am feeling like this movie has not gone anywhere but in circles for the last hour. The girls make another attempt to use the spirit board, and again they fail to say goodbye when it says the clown wants to kill them. Mackenzie hears a noise, she assumes it's her dad, and goes to check it out, which might just get an award for one of the stupidest things I've seen in a movie this year. Mac finally returns, looking a little more pale and dead than she was when she left, and she's kind of holding a knife. She silently approaches Taylor and stabs her best friend. She looks at the camera one last time and says, "Thanks for tuning into my live stream, guys. Don't forget, like and subscribe." No, not really, but that would have been amazing. No, instead the girl just laughs at the camera while Taylor sits up, looking just as dead and pale as her best friend, pulls the knife out of her, and the pair of them team up to kill Mackenzie's dad when he finally comes home from whatever it was he was doing. And the credits roll. This movie is a mess. The camera work is tolerable inside the house, and I'm not gonna ding it too much because it's a pair of kids handling the thing the entire time. It is what it is. If you have issues with motion sickness, if you couldn't get through the Blair Witch without feeling you were gonna throw up, this movie is not gonna be a joy for you. And since the audio is from what I presume is a cell phone microphone, it gets really bad and barely audible if the girls are any significant distance away from the camera. And on top of that, then there's all the clattering every time they move the camera around from whatever's connected to it. And they do it a lot. This really is a nothing plot of a movie. I was desperately hoping for a black sheep to show up or something. Now, I'm not going to complain too much about the performances in this movie because these are literal children. If I had to guess, I'd say they were probably around 15 at most. And I would feel really bad if I was sitting here absolutely crapping on their performances. For what it is, and who they are, and their skill level, it was actually fine. Just that whole teenage TikTok live stream culture, and they do it so well that it's annoying to me. Let me put it that way, without throwing the girls under the bus. Taylor was probably the better of the two on that regard, just because she wasn't that annoying live stream self-obsessed type. And I don't think the girl playing Mackenzie is really that. Don't get me wrong. I am absolutely 100% bashing the character, not the actress. There, I feel fine with how that's phrased. This is just such a wow nothing of a plot. It really is. Kids summon an evil clown and run scared of it for 45 minutes until everyone gets stabbed. Definitely not a recommend for a Halloween watch. But if you want to see something kinda tedious and terrible, and I know some of you will, I've covered worse movies. I'm not gonna say go out and watch it. So that's going to wrap it up for my thoughts on Ouija Clown. Next time on the show, however, I will be talking about a movie I did enjoy watching, which I felt would be a nice treat for the Halloween episode. Plus, there's witches. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or you just have a movie that you'd like me to check out, I can be reached at thebloodstreampodcast@gmail.com. If you've enjoyed the show you've just listened to and would like to hear more, we're pretty much available wherever podcasts can be found. Just do a search for The Bloodstream. We are the one that is not a medical podcast. In fact, I have recently added us to YouTube Music and Spotify, so you have even more options to find us. We're everywhere! And if you would like to support my poor life decisions, you can do so by going over to patreon.com/thebloodstream. We're still trying to figure out the move from pricing per episode to the subscription model they want us to move to, but right now it looks like I will be setting things at $2 a month, which will give you early access to episodes as they release, and whatever bonus content I put out there. So that was Ouija Clown, this has been The Bloodstream, I have been Jason Gray, and remember, always say goodbye when you're playing with the Ouija board.
Don't worry. It'll only hurt a lot.